Hey guys, Geogen here and welcome back to World of Warships. Today I'll be giving you a brief overview of the USS Sims, which is a premium Tier 7 American destroyer, which you can buy for... I don't know how much, let's see, is it in the shop tech tree? No. I can't remember how much you can buy this for. I think it's around £15. It comes with a garage slot, it comes with a port slot, I guess. I think it's around 2,000 gold, or doublons as they call it in this game. Or tokens. They call it tokens now. They used to call it doublons. Anyway. The USS Sims. What's good about it? The speed and camera ratings are very good, as you would expect for a destroyer, especially in Tier 7. It can be detected at 7.6 kilometers, which is quite good, and you're only detected from the air at 3.7. The guns are also very good. They're 127 in caliber, and there's 4 of them mounted singly, 2 in the front and 2 in the rear. These guns rotate very, very quickly. For a full rotation, it takes 5.3 seconds to rotate 180 degrees. Sorry. So that means you can keep moving the guns and keep training them on the target. However, as with many American destroyers, up to around this tier, and even beyond I think, the torpedoes are horrendously inferior to the Japanese counterpart torpedoes at each tier. And this is certainly the case for the 553mm torpedoes mounted in 2 quad form groups. So you have 8, and they're centerline mounted, as you can see here and here. You do have a good arc in terms of how far you can rotate the torpedo tubes and how far, in terms of degrees, you can fire them. However, the damage is only 11,600 at this tier, which isn't amazing. The speed is good, it's 6.65 knots, which is a lot more you can tolerate it a lot more than what you could do at a lower tier, such as on a Wix class, for instance, which only has a torpedo speed of 48 knots, which is horrendous. Anyway, the problem with this is it only has a torpedo range of 5.5 kilometers. And that's a big issue for a destroyer, because the destroyers have no armor, they have very little health, 13,800 in this case, and they do not like getting hit, because they usually get set on fire, or they explode very quickly. If you get hit by a battleship, normally it penetrates and does full damage and you die. Now, bearing in mind what I said about the torpedoes, this replay I'm going to show you isn't really about me. It's not how well I do, or it's not how well the Sims does, but it's an interesting replay nonetheless. So let's get into it. So we begin our match in the Sims on the North map. However, I'm going to pause it right now. This is the worst matchmaking I've ever seen for this vehicle, even if it is a destroyer, even if it has capable guns, even if it is stealthy. This is an inadequate game for this vehicle. Ship, it's a ship. For this ship. Look at what is on the enemy team. There's a Yamato, a tier 10 battleship. There's an Amagi, a tier 8 battleship. There's a Nagato, a tier 7 battleship. Fine, Nagato is my tier. There's a Des Moines, a tier 10 cruiser. A Pensacola, which is a tier 7. Fine. And then there's a Gearing, which is a tier 9 destroyer. 9 is a tier 10 destroyer. And then there's another Sims. So I'm not sure what the matchmaker thought. It just thought, oh, why not put a tier 7 into a Yamato game? That's fine. Anyway, it is what it is, so let's go. it was spawned from the north-hand side, and I take a double take at the team list, as I just had a rant there. Because I couldn't quite believe what I was in. So I decided to go left, and I am planning to head down the D8. Is it D8? Well, down the 8 line at least. Take a look at our friendly Yamato. So at least we have a Yamato on each team. However, for the first part of the replay, it is just me sailing towards their cap circle. So I'm going to skip forward a little bit in the replay. Okay, so now welcome back to the replay. Skip forward about a minute, and all I did was sail down the 8 line, and now I'm sailing around the enemy cap circle. You may wonder why I don't just go through the cap circle, but if I did, I would be giving away my position. I would be basically saying, hey guys, I'm over here, come shoot me. So basically, that is why you never do, that's why you never drive through the cap circle if you're trying to be stealthy. Which I am trying to be stealthy. You can also see I've turned off the AA armaments, because as soon as your ship fires, even if it's your secondary batteries or your anti-aircraft, you are easily visible. Your camera aim goes way down. So, the speed of the Sims is very good, and it's reaching about 39 knots in a straight line, which is more than acceptable. I take a look to see where the enemy Yamato is going, and he hasn't seen me yet because I am way too far away and I have, like I say, good camera aim. However, I am worried if he sees one of my 2 teammates. I think there's a Pensacola behind me and there's a Kitakami, I think, on the right slightly. You can't quite see him, but on the map you can see he's in F5 at the moment. Anyway, so we see 3 enemy ships. There's a lot of torpedoes right there, and that is from the if it's 3 salvos, it's 3 salvos, so therefore it's from the Shinkaze Tier 10 destroyer and Arto. If it was the Kitakami, there would be about 20 torpedoes in the water, which is horrifying if you're playing a battleship, let me tell you. The Kitakami, if you don't know, is a Tier 8 premium Japanese cruiser, and there you see its torpedoes coming in on the right hand side. Now, I'm making my attack run on this Yamato, and I'm thinking, how far can his secondary batteries fire at me? Secondary batteries are not firing, 6 kilometers. 6 kilometers. Now, I fire, and then his batteries fire at me immediately. Therefore, I probably should have waited. And now I'm thinking, should I launch my torpedoes? No, I need to get out of here. I've been set on fire. And the friendly Kitakami is coming in with its spread, and I've been hit again. And see, this is the issue with this kind of game. You've only got 5.5 kilometers range with your torpedoes. Therefore, it's going to be really hard for you to actually hit anything. And my fire here is just literally 147 damage on a Yamato which has 97,000 hit points. You're not going to do anything, really. It's just more of an annoyance. Now, what I should have done here is completely... I should have run away, because they've all grouped up. There's 4 of them. Foolishly, I decide, you know what, I can try and get closer and maybe launch a spread of torpedoes. See, I'm thinking about it now, but at the time I was thinking, do I have enough range? And I was hoping this Yamato was going to crash into that Nagato, or maybe the Amagi, either one. And boom, I'm dead. The Desmonia killed me. And that is why you never do what I just did and destroy it. Now, you're all probably thinking, oh, I did X, Y, and Z wrong, and yes, I did. But I just wanted to show you the Yamato in this game. I've never seen a Yamato in a battle before, so I was glad I was recording this. Anyway, let's go back to the port. This, by the way, ends up being a win. So guys, that was the USS Sims. Complete disaster, but it's still a good destroyer. It's just not in a tier 10 match like that. The benefits of having a ship like this are it's good speed, it's good gun characteristics in terms of turret rotation, which is very, very quick for 180 degrees. The reload is excellent. The damage output is poor, but it's a destroyer, and it kind of makes up for it in terms of its ability to annoy bigger vessels and remain hidden at the same time. The torpedo speed is quite good at 65 knots, yet the range of 5.5 puts you in a crippling position, and especially in a higher tier match. If you compare this to a Japanese destroyer of around this tier, its torpedoes will be infinitely better. Maybe not in speed, but its range will be perhaps 8 kilometers, even 10. So you're much less likely to be to have to use suicide tactics in terms of rushing, deploying torpedoes, hitting them all or whatever, and then sinking immediately. I mean, in that replay, you didn't even see me use torpedoes because foolishly I rushed in, shot first, didn't deploy smoke until it was too late, and then I got killed. And good play by the enemy team for being in a group of 4 so they could cover each other. If there was one battleship, maybe an Amagi, a Yamato, and Nagato, whatever, on its own, it wouldn't be able to hit the destroyer because the US Sims, because it moves so quickly and their turrets rotate so slowly, and the guns also reload so slowly on those battleships. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, guys, be sure to leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you next time. Great success! You made it to the end of the video. Well done! If you enjoyed the video, which I hope you did, please leave me a like and a comment and subscribe for more. Anyway guys, I'll see you in the next one.